If I'm able to be more effective with my time, I'm able to create better music and focus on the things that I need to. So here's about 20 or so workflow tips that I feel that can help you as well. And if you're into this kind of thing, drop us a like and a subscribe. Check out my channel for a ton more videos just like this one. So let's jump in and get started. So first of all, if your CPU's through the roof, what you want to do is click the C button in the bottom right hand corner, and this will bring up your CPU meters. And this will help you identify which channels are causing your CPU to go up. What you want to do is freeze and flatten them, and it'll make your CPU go down. So when you play back your track, you won't hear any more crackling. So rather than moving everything over manually, what you can do is insert time, and you can do this by pressing Control I, which does it 10 times quicker. If for any reason you want to go back on something, you can hit Control Z, and if for any reason you want to have it back, you can hit Control Y. But one of my favorites though is duplicating time, and that way you don't duplicate the selected part of the track over the bit next to it. So it inserts time whilst duplicating the part you've selected. So the next shortcut is consolidating using Control J. For example, this vocal sample is chopped up, so by highlighting it all, pressing Control J, it puts it all into one clip, and that way I can move it about more freely. So if you press Control K on your keyboard, you're able to create your own shortcuts. So I can click on mono, and then I can add a lowercase m. So what I can do then is just press M to go in and out of mono. If there's a part of a track that you don't want, you can just press 0 to deactivate it. Rather do it this way than deleting it, because you never know, you might want it back later on. If you headed to the right hand corner, you can click on D, and then you can delay each channel. It's particularly useful for drums, because if you want to add some groove, it can be useful to delay certain channels. Alright, so when it comes to panning, if you pan it left or right, you'll only be able to listen to it in that ear which you've panned it towards. However, if you right click and select panning mode, what you're able to do is hear it wide in both ears, and then what you can do is change the values to suit your taste. Also, which is really useful, you can automate this as well and change it up throughout the track. Personally, I don't mind trying out different chord variations. However, if you're looking for something quickly, what you can use is the invert button and the reverse button. So the invert button puts the bottom notes onto the top and vice versa, and the reverse will shift the notes back to front. More often than not, you do get some good chord variations out of this. On top of that, if you hit the randomize button, it will play with the velocities so they sound more realistic. And more often than not, again, it does sound pretty good. Another really useful tool in the piano roll is by hitting scale and then selecting the key of your track. It will highlight the notes in that key, and you're able to write chord progressions a lot easier. It makes it way better visually, so you're able to do this a lot quicker. So just for this example, the key of this track is in G sharp minor. It highlights all the notes in that key. So this one I find particularly useful. Go into your desktop and you'll see all your older projects. And if there's something that you like from an old project, you can just drag it into your current project folder, which you can see on the left there, and then scroll through to the particular part that you want, and then you can drag it into your current project. But the best thing about it is all the plugins are still on that channel, meaning you don't have to go through all the process of doing everything again. Real time saver here. So if you've got a third-party plugin, so I use Serum as an example, what you can do is you can press this configure button, and then you can highlight parts in Serum that you want to automate. Just for example, I've got the filter cutoff here and the attack, and then I can come over to the right here and automate like I would any other channel. So here's a cool counter melody tip that can deliver cool results. So if I have this bass line, so what I can do is take this bass line and then I can put it into a piano roll and then move it up a couple of octaves, and then I can press the divide 2 button, and because it's made it twice as fast, it can create a good counter melody using the same notes as in the bass line. Something about you that brings me to my knees. This one I feel is a bit underrated. If you go to your audio files, untick grouping folder, and then click on rank, and it will list all the audio effects in the order that you use them. Very useful, so you don't have to go scrolling in folders trying to find them again. So the last one is particularly good for snare rolls. If you're playing with the velocities and gradually bringing in the snare roll, it can take a long time if you do it manually. However, if you draw it in by hitting Control and then drawing from bottom left to top right, And there you have it. Those are my favourite workflow hacks and shortcuts inside of Ableton. I do hope you found them useful. And if you've got any which I haven't listed, please drop them down below. I'd love to hear them. And I will see you very soon for another video. Peace.